Okay, so you got some cards that you probably want to throw up over, and it's okay, I would do the same. But most importantly, the most important thing, I should say, the outcome looks pretty. So moving along, just going to focus on that card barely. Okay. General. Ace of Swords, King of Cups, Seven of Swords. Some of you will be finding out the truth in regards to a situation. You're getting down to it. It's becoming clear. There's no trickle truth here. It's just like lay it all out on the table. Maybe you're doing so as well. And honestly, I do think the majority are getting the truth out of this King of Cups. Could definitely be a water male for sure. But it could be someone who has a tendency to just lie. He has the Seven of Swords next to him. He can be an emotional manipulator. Whether it's intended or not does not matter. And he can be my drinker guy too, which I feel from this one because of this card next to it. Big talks when it comes to this person. Something, again, grand is being revealed, and maybe this person is coming clean themselves. Now, I would be careful about fully trusting even the truth that they give you, because I feel like they would still somehow change it up a bit to be in their favor. But I do feel like there's someone very strongly that you cannot trust in January. You'll be very suspicious of. And this can be someone who maybe even communicates ill about you and you find this out. Or again, this is just finding out the truth in a matter is the big story for January. Love. Look nice. And then we got our dream squasher here, the Ten of Swords. So we've got Six of Swords. We've got 10 of Cups. And then we got this guy, 10 of Swords. So it's like, it starts out quite well and emotionally content for January. Some of you might be taking a trip with your partner or meet someone at a long distance from you while you're on vacation, while you're just away from your home. You meet someone who fulfills you on some level emotionally. There's a lot of happiness here. Now, that is quickly washed away by the 10 of Swords. Maybe this person, again, maybe this somehow relates to this general story where whomever you meet, if you're single, they're not exactly who they appear. That could be the case with this combination, because it's very much like, ooh, happy, I'm in love, then like, you know, get stabbed in the back, which I hate saying that, but that's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. For those of you in a relationship, I feel like either returning from a trip or going to a trip, and then at some point during that journey, there must be something comes out which kind of kills the happiness that you're supposed to feel. That's the vibe I'm getting with this trio. Now, on the positive end, Leos, on the positive end, outcome, Sun and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel as if this reveal, this enlightenment that the sun brings illumination. You cannot hide the truth from the sun. I feel like that brings a turn of fortune for you for the better. You might even find yourself by the end of January very content and again, very lucky. There is happiness in this energy. It's bright, it's sunny, it's imaginative, and there's a sense of freedom again as well. You are with another person here in the Wheel of Fortune, so it could be that in the romantic sense, a situation with a partner, if there was any sort of difficulties, that's resolved. And again, the contentment is back. If you're not in a relationship, well, that's not a concern. I just see this as events turning into your favor and you feeling happy and just fulfilled, at least for January, by the end of January. Where's my, okay, my little clarifying deck here. All right, what is the communication, the clarity about with the Ace of Swords? Could tie into money or a child, maybe even go back into, no, not education, but I would say involves money, involves a child, and perhaps someone stole, because you have the card of the thief here. What can you tell me about the King of Cups? What kind of person is he? Very defensive. I feel like this person would lie and lie and lie to get out of a situation and make themselves look good. If you think you have something on them, like if you have actual information on them, which this could very well represent, they would try to turn it and somehow make themselves look innocent. Because I feel like against all the odds, this person would stand their ground. So it might be a battle in order to get the truth out of them. And they might be very controlling. And again, I get this rigidness where they would stand their ground to the death. So while you might be getting the truth out of them when it comes to money, or this is just, again, gathering actual evidence, that could be this combination. It might be hard to get them to admit it, even if you know. What is being taken away? What is the deceit of the Seven of Swords? Perhaps there's an issue with stealing. It's almost like an obsession. Or that's a secret thing they do on the side. They rob people or whatever that is. There's manipulation here as well. They could be an alcoholic. But I said, what do they take away from people? I feel a strong ability to manipulate others to do their will, to maybe convince them of things, and essentially end up manipulating people in order to get stuff out of them. And I don't think you're doing this. I think you're getting to the bottom of it. The King of Cups might be the one responsible. Getting them to admit it might be near impossible. That kind of rhymed. All right, let's go to this Ten of Swords. What's causing this Ten of Swords? Aha! Seven of Swords again. The fact that someone stole, lied, cheated, manipulated, deceived you in some way, shape, or form. I feel like these are related, for sure. What do they take? Even though you already showed me the devil there. It's like they robbed you of even being able to make a choice. Whatever that means. Like if you thought you had a decision or could play a role or had any sort of power, they robbed you of your own power, of your ability to make a choice. That's what I want to say. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, can we get one for our fabulous duo here? This is a dropper. Can we get one for our fabulous duo, the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune? After the fact, there's good, happy news. There's a fresh start. Now, Page of Wands doesn't necessarily represent fresh starts for me, but you've got some questionable energy here. You know, it's a little bit heavy. It's getting to the bottom of things. You feel a little bit defeated and cheated again out of a situation. But then by the end of it, you got positive news, a positive connection. This guy is facing away from this energy here, so you're able to move forward and get some luck. You got some luck here with the Wheel of Fortune. It could tie into finances, and maybe that's going to be your saving grace, whether it's just work or money in general or being successful at something. But you clearly have some success by the end of January that is enough to wash away this energy. And I didn't mention, I mentioned if you're single, you have the possibility to meet someone while traveling overseas or someone who just lives far away. And then they sort of like betray you. That actually is the same story. So I can't really add to it. It's like they took advantage of your good nature. All right, so let's get on with one message from my Oracle for love. Okay, lust. with this energy, yeah, it could be that the attraction that you have for someone else sucks you in. And that could be this devil here too. Someone's able to get away with something. There's so much attraction there that you don't see it. So they kind of like rob you blind amidst all the sexual attraction. On the positive note, you do have the ability to meet and connect with someone who, you know, does something for you in that sexual sense. I mean, maybe you're able to move on for this fairly quickly, and there is some like fiery energy here. So I would say, since it's so positive, you're able to detach yourself from this by the end of January, and perhaps in regards to love, you're able to make another connection, which would be nice. All right. I can't show. Aw. Loyal heart. You know, I feel like this speaks to you. And it's possible that regardless of what your past has been like, you may be the type who remains loyal and who gives yourself completely, in a way, to the people that you're interested in. And you maintain it despite others apparently taking advantage of you to a degree. And as I said, cheating and deceiving you. You're able to see past it, which is an amazing attribute on its own. And I'm just going to quickly double check the book's interpretation, because I just go with what I feel, which I think is most important. But yeah, it's fidelity, loyalty, devotion. And I do feel like that speaks to you. But I also think it speaks to what you may encounter. So you might experience this energy, sure, in January. But perhaps through this negativity and this experience, you are able to connect with someone who is a much better option for you, and who, for instance, is loyal. Now that speaks to romance, but it can even speak to like career focus and whatnot. If you get gypped, or, you know, essentially robbed of a position, for instance, at work that you felt like you deserved, and somehow it was taken out from under you, where you did not have a choice, another opportunity just like that comes in. And it's not just any opportunity, it's one that makes you feel fortunate and happy, and that you will find yourself loyal to. So it can apply in a broad spectrum. You know, obviously that might feel like it's centered on romance, but it doesn't have to be. All right, for the cards, very interesting. You have the Emperor, you have the Empress, and you have the Ten of Wands. So you got a power couple standing out here. And these are either a duo that you're dealing with, and perhaps they're working you very hard with the Ten of Wands. So this can be a busy week for you overall. Or this is about you and your partner, whether it's a business partnership. I would say it's more like business partnership or romantic relationship. All right. And there's a lot of hard work being put into this connection between the two of you. Maybe you guys are working on some form of joint project, but I feel you're working together on something, and there's a lot at hand. There's a lot to do between the two of you. You're both working quite hard. And we'll see what the clarifiers say. Now, the other deck has like a totally different story here, which is the Six of Pentacles and the Moon. And, you know, I was actually getting the vibe of going within, going in deep, and trying to balance out a situation. Perhaps maybe there's some secrets, or there's something clear or muddy where finances are concerned. There's an uncertainty as to where the money has gone. Where is it actually going to? And maybe this is what you're trying to figure out in this week of January for a particular reason. Because I see this guy, you know, he's handing out money. It's next to the card of illusions. So I'm just getting the vibe that someone might be claiming to do something with finances that they're not actually doing. All right, give me one for the Emperor. Queen of Swords, Empress, 10 of Swords. All right, I still think these two are involved in some form of partnership, power couple here. I mean, it's the Emperor and the Empress, and they happen to come out together. Now, the Emperor has the Queen of Swords associated with him. Perhaps this week, this person is most likely a male, for sure, is being influenced by the Queen of Swords. Could be his mother or some woman of influence to him, and something about her is influencing him this week. Maybe that's causing a problem or a burden between you and your partner. Whether you're the Emperor, if you're the Emperor, then you can be getting influenced by your own mother. If you are the Empress, then I feel like your partner is the one being influenced by his mother, or again, another older woman. I'm seeing her as a matriarch here. With the Empress, we have the Ten of Swords. So let's say that's your energy. I feel like you're quite devastated this week. Maybe something's gone down here that's been quite painful, and it's most likely the end of a connection. So now this is coming up as the end to a partnership, a connection with someone, which is most likely going to be the Emperor, and is possibly due to, again, him being influenced by this woman, the Queen of Swords. I feel like she's whispering or saying something to further direct the Emperor, like she's the woman behind the curtain in a way. You would think that's the Empress, but I feel like it's her. With the Ten of Rods, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I left her in reverse. I see that there is some sort of financial instability that's going around. There's insecurities when it comes to money. Things don't feel grounded and stable. And I saw that here with this duo, because there was like this muddy, cloudy energy surrounding finances, and where's the money going kept coming in my mind as the phrase to repeat over and over again. This might be a person that contacts you, or you're just becoming aware of this financial problem. You're being made aware of this issue, and it ends up being quite a burden to you. All right, so I don't like this week. What kind of start is this for the new year? All right, so let's get... That's not on you, that's on my cards. I'm sorry, I talk to my cards sometimes. Six of Pentacles. Show me. Judgment is there twice. So you've got some sort of big revelation news coming in. It may not be favorable news, just because I get this energy of, being hurt, betrayed, devastation, being overworked here, and being unclear in regards to a situation. So I feel like you think, even though you're getting clarity, you're getting information, I feel as if you feel you don't have the whole picture, and that the whole truth hasn't quite been revealed yet. Now, I'm not ignoring this Ace of Cups. That's an emotional card. And let me just get one more for the Ace of Cups, actually. The Knight of Wands. So you got an overabundance of emotions here. Does this tie into love? You got an overabundance of emotions tied to money. The Knight of Wands is an impulsive energy. He's adventurous. He takes risk. This could be a case of someone taking a risk with your money and not letting you know what they've done. The Ace of Cups, they could be spending it on drinking. It could be spending it on alcohol, for instance. Or it could also represent your emotions towards the fact that this person is not being responsible, because the Knight of Rods, for me, is one of the least, actually I would say he's the least responsible knight. He just does things that he wants to do, and that's it. Let's get one more for for Judgment. All right, we got the Two of Swords. So again, you feel like you're not getting all the information and things aren't clear. She can't see. It's hard to see in this dark landscape. The moon's lighting the way, but the moon only shows you so much. So I feel like you're thinking there's more to the picture than meets the eye at this time. You're trying to get all the information. This might be a little bit of a rocky week, especially where finances are concerned, and even where emotions are concerned. You and your partner might be having a little bit of drama, whether business or relationship. And just be wary of this Queen of Swords, who seems to be feeding information or like working in the shadows to push this Emperor into a particular direction. All right. I mean, that's what I have for you guys for the week. Until the next readings, thank you for watching as always. Bye.